is Paida, and I'm here with Misty Connections, and we're interviewing some pretty cool people today. So why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Misty Chronexia. I do top 10s on YouTube, mostly about anime stuff, and sometimes I diverge into my blog on thing, and yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Yep. Hey guys, it's Akidearest, and I go over anime and like subcultures of otaku-ness as well.
And I'm Joey, the Anime Man. I talk about anime a little bit too much.
Cool, thank you. Alright, so y'all's names are pretty interesting. What made you choose those names for YouTube?
Well, personally, mine comes from a novel that I wrote way back when I was a teenager, and eventually we got a chance to publish it, and it's called Chronexia and the Eight Seals, which I have promoted heavily on my channel. So yeah, she was one of the characters, and I really liked her, so I kept it as an avatar for the whole show.
Oh, and then we can look at some.
Yeah, pretty much.
And mine, I had the name Aki for a really long time. Actually, Aki came from when I needed a name on MySpace. I didn't want my real name on there, and there was this other account. It was kind of a fake cosplay account, and they called themselves Aki, but then they deleted it, and my friend's like, fits you better. So I took that, and then Dearest came from a baby photo album that I had, and in the photo album next to my baby picture it said the dearest person in the world, and I needed a username for future reference, and so I've had Akidearest on a lot of accounts since I was young.
How about you? Where does yours come from?
Well, I'm a man who talks about anime, so like, I'll take that.
I got it.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Good. Alright, so what sets your content apart from other anime enthusiasts on YouTube?
Well, I think in my case, it's mostly because I was one of the very first to adapt to this format. Anime top 10s weren't really big when I first started, and now I kind of started a trend where people just go ahead and post them, but I think I've established myself way too much that I'm just like the first one when it comes to the topic. Yeah.
I think with me, I kind of go over like just, you know, I don't know how to put this word. I guess the fandom of being an otaku. I just go over it's just this one chick that likes anime and different otaku things like K-pop cosplay and yaoi, yuri, like all of these different things.
Hentai.
And that. And so and I guess it's more like personality based for otaku. So it's like kind of like they're just having fun with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar. Like, I kind of base my work around my personality. So like, if I have a thought or an idea on a certain anime, then I like to express that in ways that kind of open people to discussion about something, because I think anime is something that's like, it's something that's a little bit too deep and interesting to just clean up with, I like it or I don't like it. I think there's a lot of room for discussion and like analysis and that kind of stuff, and I like to kind of dive into that in all sorts of different ways where not only beginners of anime can enjoy it, but also experts of anime can enjoy it as well.
I think a lot of people appreciate that too.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. All right. What motivates your creativity when creating content for your videos?
For me, I think music has a big part to do with it, because before I started doing this whole anime thing on YouTube, I was a kind of, I don't want to say semi-professional, but I pursued music quite heavily. So I think, music is like one of those things that kind of drives creativity in a lot of people and drives a lot of inspiration for a lot of people. So that's one thing, but also just, surfing the internet, just keeping in touch with the community and like what's hot and what's not is, I think, a really nice place to kind of find inspiration, and all the memes, all the dabbing.
With me, kind of, you do one video, like one good idea, and then it just kind of inspires the next idea, and then once you get through the artist block and all of that, you just write these like crazy ideas. You might not even stick with that idea, but something derives from that, so each video kind of inspires the next.
Well, in my case, like, my video takes a lot of time, and every now and then, while I'll be working on one, I'll have an idea for the next one. So I plan way ahead, so I have like at least 20 or so videos just planned for the future. So it's always a catch-up game that I'm trying to do, but then I come up with new stuff. So the creativity just comes on its own, I think, and I just play with it.
Naturally.
Yeah, I mean, we pulled some out of it.
So the best is probably to like compile like a little list. Like if you're in the shower and you think of something. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
There are a lot of
so-
times where like I wake up in the middle of the night with an idea,
That's
and
amazing.
write it
Yeah.
down, and I'm like, this is amazing, and then the next morning you wake up and like, this is the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Cool. Thank you. All right. And how would y'all describe your fan base?
Eccentric. In one word, eclectic.
Young.
I like to describe my fan base as real, like
Yeah.
in the sense that like, you know, if I do something wrong or I say something wrong, then my viewers aren't afraid to tell me I'm wrong. And I think I'd much prefer a fan base like that than just a bunch of I guess,
Blind worshippers.
mindless,
Yeah.
yes men. Because it's, you know, it goes to show that like, you know, yes, they love your work, but you know, they're also able to think for themselves. And I've always kind
From
of
them.
yeah, I've always kind of prioritized that with my videos because there's such open discussion. So it's like I give you my opinion, but I also want you to formulate your own opinion with your own words and mine. And so just to see that, like, you know, my viewers, like in real life and in the comments, like are just normal people, and they treat me like just another otaku in the community is, I think, really cool. And I can't ask for anything better than that.
I've noticed a lot of people are like, our fans are really respectful. Like when they come to us, they're always like, "God, do you mind if I shake your hand, take a picture?" I didn't get assaulted by anyone. Like nobody
Yeah.
just jumps on you or anything. Everyone is really nice. So I think that's what I appreciate the most about everything.
Yeah. You know, and I'd say my fan base can act like me a lot. I see myself, like even way before YouTube, just this eccentric person, like anime everywhere, BTS shippings, and so like it's just kind of come up this collective, you know, amount of otakus that I've always known existed, and I always, you know, hung out with that crowd, and so now I've just kind of made a career out of it. So I don't know, it's just kind of expected. So I just feel like I'm part of a big family.
That's really,
Yeah.
That's really nice. That's good. Oh, this is cool. Oh, sorry. Do you guys have any hobbies or interests that people might not know about?
People don't. Well, I've shared a lot of like myself on my videos, so man, something that they don't know about.
Do you do any sports that?
I did tennis for like 12 years of my
That's
life.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
how my parents met.
Yeah. I was also like, I've like told people like, you know, how I used to like do music a lot before YouTube, but like I did classical piano for like 12 years as well, which I don't seem like a guy who looks like he's into classical music, but I did it for 12 years, so yeah.
For me, even though I'm eccentric for the most part, especially when I'm doing videos because it's super fun, I'm actually quite like kept in. So I usually just kind of like lay down on the bed and just read or just blast music, and then I just sit there and do nothing. I can do that for hours at a time. So like going out isn't really something I do. If I do, it's usually the arcade. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I don't think any of us are really like the outgoing type of people.
Well, you know,
I used to be really sportive back in my youth, even like until recently, until I started YouTube full time, because it takes all the time that we have. I used to be real sportive. Before that, I was into 3D modeling, where I would do computer-generated characters or objects, assets, and everything.
Yeah, I did that when I was at university as well. I
Yeah.
studied that kind of stuff. so-
Yeah, if the day that YouTube goes away and more time opens itself up, I would like to go back to college and do something kind of cultural anthropology and travel. So that would be good.
Broaden your horizon.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite literally.
Cool. Thanks, guys. All right. With the increasing anime fan base in America and other countries, do you think the way that we treat anime is different than the Japanese fan base?
I see so.
I think so, yeah.
I think they're definitely more open with it.
Yeah, I think, like I've talked about it in videos before, but like the Japanese fan base is
Kinda shut in.
a lot of them are kind of shut in about it. Like they're still kind of just treated as like this kind of secret hobby, whereas, you know, like America, like Europe and all that, like all the Western countries are like a lot more open about it. Like Japan has, of course, you know, their conventions as well, where they kind of celebrate that whole thing, but I guess not to the extent of like a lot of cons in America. So yeah, it's just interesting to see like all these like people just being open about like this whole anime thing, whereas like
Yeah.
you wouldn't have thought about it like 10 years ago, you know.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are proud to be that, and I think it's something that I strive a lot to do on my channel is to make it more accessible to newcomers, as well as appeal to the already big fans that are already existent. So I think ever since I started, I might have achieved part of my goal by just reaching out to more people.
And we're also very involved a lot
Yeah.
more, like with all of these cons. I mean, anime YouTube, like I don't even see anime YouTubing like on Japan, like, you know.
No, there aren't really any anime YouTubers from Japan.
Yeah, as big as it is, it's not really.
PDR-san maybe.
I mean,
talk about a little,
yeah, I
but-
mean, Duncan's like into that kind of stuff, like privately, but
Yeah,
he doesn't really
but
like.
he wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, him and I like are pretty good friends, and like we love like discussing it
So
privately, but he doesn't really like show that side of him like on videos. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, still, it's really nice that it's become such a big thing here. Even like when we were younger, it was still not something you would want to share.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
kind of taboo back in the day, but
It was
now
taboo.
people are more acceptant toward it, so
Yeah.
it's
You
it's
can
starting to
definitely
reach out.
go outside and be like, I believe and everyone's like, yeah. Okay. Great. For people starting their own YouTube channels, do you have any tips or advice for them?
Be patient. Don't do it for the fame or the money. Do it because you like doing videos. Otherwise, you'll be desperate, and it's gonna affect your work, and it's just gonna go downhill from there.
Yeah, people who start any kind of YouTube channel just, you know, thinking they're gonna be the next PewDiePie, like 99% of them don't make it just because they think it's gonna happen overnight. But, you know, for us it took years.
Years, yeah.
So, but the thing is, like, we were okay with doing it for years before all of this happened, because like we never expected it to happen to begin with, and we did it for fun, which is, I think everyone should do YouTube for fun. There's like this mindset nowadays where like you have to start doing YouTube to get rich and famous, but it's like, you know, what happened to just doing it for fun, you know? So I think more people like need to start doing that, and like just don't be afraid to upload either. Like just do whatever like your first couple of videos are always going to suck. That's the case with everybody, and you just get better and better as you go on, and you know, improve yourself. And if you enjoy it, then that process of trying to improve yourself and making more videos is going to be really fun.
It's like and it's like anything else. Like you don't start as a prodigy. You start as a newcomer, and then you learn, and then you get experience doing it, and then you get better at it. So,
What about you?
Definitely be you. What a lot of people tend to do is look at bigger YouTubers and try to copy them in some way, shape, or form. So, at least, definitely in the beginning of your content, there's a lot of people that take away from bigger YouTubers and maybe put their own little twist to it. But like, to put it in the broader scale of things, people like these bigger people because of them. And, you know, the world doesn't need another PewDiePie or another Markiplier, another Anime Man, or Akidearest or Misty Chronexia. Just be you, and it will shine over time. Your first videos, as they said, will suck, but over time, as you get more comfortable with the camera and you do the things that you want to do, as cliche as it sounds, that's exactly how you build up your name and your personality, so people will have a reason to come to you. And that's why we don't do too many like collabs. Like we don't really do collabs with bigger people for the sake of you know, just growing. I mean, over time, like maybe that opportunity will come, but it's not the base of our entire channel, because otherwise people just know you from someone else.
Yeah, we don't strive to collab with bigger YouTubers. Like if a bigger YouTuber just happens to want to collab, then you know, and if you both if you like each other's content, respect each other's content, then
you make
absolutely.
friends along the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for helpful tips. All right. Okay. There have been a lot of changes to YouTube regarding content and monetization. Has this affected y'all? What are your thoughts on it?
It's affected everybody, unfortunately.
I think, you know, with the monetization, I think, you know, on a business standpoint, it can really get under your skin a lot. A lot of times we point the finger at YouTube, or we start pulling our hair out. Sometimes it can be very discouraging to even keep doing videos sometimes, or it makes us scared that our channel will, you know, die or at some point. But the most important thing is just make this last as long as you can. Build it to its fullest potential, even if your payment for everyone right now is pretty low with certain things. But if there's anything more important than the money that comes along with it, it's being relative and staying with your content. As much.
Having integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know a lot of people like they see us do promotion about other stuff and they see sell out, but we have to at some point like also make an earning because it is our livelihood that's at stake every time. So
Yeah.
we do promotion not because like we receive a lot of them. Like the ones you guys get to see is the one that we think
It's like the
will
1% we actually
Yeah,
accept.
Yeah.
it's the one we think will appeal to a lot of you, but it's like a lot of it like just goes on the side because it's just like you guys want some nuts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
and
let
we-
me show you this like fashion thing when my channel has nothing to do with fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and when it comes to sponsored videos, at least for us, I know that we try to make a video very relative to it. I know, especially with Joey and I think you as well, that you follow sponsorships that are strictly just anime or otaku related. Otherwise, we will not take it.
Yeah, and we also try and make like, you know, yes, like a video may be sponsored, but like we also try and make the content that is attached with this sponsorship as fun as possible and like as enjoyable as possible on its own.
As relevant.
Yeah.
And as relevant to it as possible. So there's kind of like a secret art to that as well, I think,
Yeah.
to like try and master that.
So we have to find kind of like the balance between integrity and also rent.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Okay, thank you. Right. Is this y'all's first time in Texas?
Yes.
Yes.
How
Yep.
y'all like it so far?
It is
Really good.
very great.
Yeah, I like it
People
so
are
far.
super kind, and we tried Whataburger.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, it
They're really
is
good.
pretty good.
We are very
awesome.
proud of our
Yeah,
burger.
really
Yeah,
good.
it should be. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not like I work there or anything. I'm like, thank you for enjoying our fast food that we have.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, no, Houston's like the weather is nice. Like the people, as Misty said, like the people at the convention are super nice to us.
In the West Coast, there have been, well, not even just the West
Like-
Coast, a lot of other places have had stereotypes of like Texas. I'll be honest, I was expecting ranches everywhere. But no, it's been very different. I barely even hear anyone with the southern accent.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm really self-conscious about my accent.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
No, I actually love it when you guys say y'all.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely
Yeah.
love it. I think it's so cute.
Have I been saying it?
Yeah, you've been saying it.
Oh.
You guys say it like without knowing, but I freaking love it. Like I'm just like keep saying
Yeah,
it, please.
I used to say because I lived in the East Coast in Virginia, which has a lot of southern like stuff in it, and so coming to the West Coast, I know that struggle of trying to get out of it because in the West they say, "Hey, what you doing?" instead of y'all.
No, don't be embarrassed by it. Like coming from a person outside of like
Yeah.
America, I love it. I think it's so cute.
Yeah.
Implemented in Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had someone from when I went to California. They were like, "Oh, do you guys ride horses to school?" And I was like, "No."
No.
What?
Well, that's
We
like
have cars just
well, that's like
this
people being
car.
like, "Do you ride kangaroos in Australia?" Like,
Do you guys live in igloo in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah, we
guys.
plug internet and
Yeah,
plug
people-
mice.
People think that the residents live in the hotels in Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah, now we all
yeah.
gamble. I actually don't gamble.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But yay, everyone's different and unique in their way.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of content can we expect from y'all in the future?
Well, I've been working on an anime myself called Chronexia and the Eight Seals. We did the very first episode back in November. We've been reworking around like a lot of things, and it should come out sometime for the next episode, sometime this summer. So this is my big main project that I have going on. And besides that, I mean, I want to get back into doing more top tens because that's what people really love on my channel. And I kind of put it on the side for a long time, and I just want to get back into it. And then I have a daughter that's going to be born in a few days.
Oh goodness.
So I know a lot of my fans are excited about that. They want to meet her, and so do I.
Yay. Good. I don't know. Every video is going to be different. I mean, I would like to get up that dead second channel back up and running, and if I do, it will be filled with like other things. You know, like when the day comes I live in Japan, I think it's inevitable at some point maybe that second channel will be a J vlogging channel.
Oh.
It happens a lot, so I might integrate it there, but short answer, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been working on like a lot of side projects. Like Aki and I recently started up our own podcast series called the Anime Show.
Yeah.
We have myself. Like I want to work on, I guess, bigger, more creative projects. So I love working with like different types of YouTubers, like not just anime YouTubers, but just all sorts of different people. So I want to do like a lot of big like a bridge series with them. I want to hopefully maybe release a book sometime this year,
Yeah.
which would be cool. I'm also working with like a Japanese animation studio to work on like a short animated project with them. Just a lot of like big things that I want to try out before.
You also have interviews, right?
Yeah, and I also have like a series where I interview Japanese like manga artists and light novel authors and directors and stuff like that. So yeah, just a lot of like cool opportunities to do cool things. And like Aki and I and like Misty as well, like we'll be traveling to like a lot more cons this year as well.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Just a lot of like fun opportunities coming around this year.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you guys, they could be in your area very soon. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, do y'all have any special message you want to give to your fans?
If you want to support my anime, we really need all the help we can get. So if you want to swing by our Patreon, Misty Chronexia, that'd be a perfect occasion to just give it a try.
Thank you guys for watching my videos.
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe, and hopefully, as time goes on, you guys will enjoy this weird journey along with me and with Misty and Joey on our channels.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping up with my sarcastic ass. I know it's hard to get used to, but
I've become numb.
yeah, you get numb to it after a while. Don't worry.
Check it out at the end of the day.
Yeah. So thanks for enjoying our stuff.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. All right, this was Paida with A to J Connections. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.